why on earth my phone decides to decide, well, I can clearly tell you're in that orientation, but I'm going to insist you're in portrait mode. And I'm like, what? Why? Why? Why do this to me? Oh. Yes, so it is one of those days today. Can I actually share some stuff? Can I? I don't know. Oh, there we are. Create post. There we go. Right. Oh, but yeah, random things happening sometimes. Annoying, but there you go. But with. Oh. But no, classic morning as always. Like I say, good morning, good morning, good morning. Cathlo G, good morning to you. We've got ball in the pen. And let's see if we can walk on down just down here. But yes, good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another fantastic good morning walk. Cracking morning as always. The cows are up, so I'm guessing it's going to be a nice day, as they say. What is it? The cows stand up and it's not going to rain. They sit down and it's going to rain. Something like that, I think. Can't remember. But anyway, I think it is something like that. Can't remember now. But here we are, as always. Nice good morning walk. Oh. The cows are mooing. And it's a fun day, but oh my word. This signal chat stuff, Jesus, it just gets worse. It just gets worse. Like, how can it? Like, how can it start? And you know, I discussed it on Geoscope. I even did my own video about it. And just watching them try to defend stuff was just so ridiculous. I mean, I even called it on Geoscope, where I said, you know, you are trying to challenge. You know, you are trying to challenge all this stuff. You know, saying to this journalist, that's why the cows are moving. Breakfast's there. But yeah, you are trying to challenge this journalist and say, oh, there was absolutely, you know, nothing whatsoever confidential in this chat. You know, pretty much daring him after he said, yeah, I'd got all this secret information. I'm not going to share it because I don't think it's responsible to share. And then what does Trump and the rest of the crew do? Pretty much taunt the journalist into sharing more of that information, which he did. And, well, surprise, surprise, guess what? Turned out, you know, the journalist had all the receipts. Like, why would you do that? Surely. Surely, why on earth would you do that? I cannot fathom the sheer stupidity of this. I cannot fathom. Yeah, exactly. Incompetence at the highest level. It's not just, I think, incompetence, because when Trump was asked about this, he actually said, oh yeah, we use Signal for a lot of other stuff as well, you know, we just think it's a technical fault. You know? Yeah. Just a technical fault with Signal that, you know, accidentally adds journalists to group chats. To which Signal then responded to, I think, incredibly well. Signal then went, yeah, we've removed, you know, the secret hidden button called add journalist to group chats. Because even Signal was like, yeah, this wasn't our fault, it was your fault. It was your fault. But hello to more people in the chat. Don't call me Shirley. Hello again. Kenobi. I see you're in the chat too. So, yeah, I just can't I still just can't believe, like, the sheer incompetence it would take, because I keep on saying it, there's just layers. Just layer after layer after layer of just stupidity. And I'll tell you what, there are probably more Signal group chats that they are in. And I keep on saying it this week as well, there will be more. There will be more chats probably get leaked, especially now that the fact that I can't even say it, Anonymous are now apparently getting involved. So, yeah, expect more group chat leaks, guys, from Signal. Oh. Yeah, is Signal still a thing? It is. It is. And it's going to remain a thing purely for the fact that the Republicans themselves made such an absolute ruckus over the whole, you know, Hillary Clinton emails, Benghazi stuff. I mean, they had 8 separate hearings on the thing. I say, if I were the Democrats, I'd be like, right, here's when we're going to have hearing 1, here's when we're going to have hearing 2. Just, oh boy. Yeah, Trump's cabinet are like the Johnson Brexit buffoons on steroids. Yeah, exactly. Am I from Birmingham? No. Don't be daft. Yeah, if Jeffrey Goldblum, I can't even say it now. Yeah, if Jeffrey Greenberg was the wrong quality of journalist to be added to the chat, who was the right one? Exactly. It boggles the mind. It boggles the mind when they say stuff like that, you know, and attack him for his, you know, rather good, you know, journalistic rigor, to be honest. But it's insane. Like I say, there's going to be more. There are absolutely going to be more Signal chats out there. And they're going to start having, you know, have a looked at. Not only that, you had, what is it, the German newspaper Der Spiegel? Or Der Spiegel, I can't remember how you say it now. But they're reporting like, oh yeah, by the way, we found like all this personal information for Hegseth, and all these other like Trump officials online, which, bear in mind, you can now use to hack into their phones. Hardly the biggest one, is it? Patrick H, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone else joining us. Like I say, don't forget to hit the like and share button. Yeah, I am just flummoxed. I am just flummoxed by how bad that was. You know, I really am. Do you have my bowler hat? No, it's too warm. It's too warm. It is way too warm for a bowler hat today. Oh. And then, of course, you've had Vance's visit to Greenland. Because, of course, he is. And that's one of the things that I think it's pretty obvious by now. Vance is obviously angling himself to run for president. I think that's pretty obvious. Especially the way he's going around trying to do stuff, trying to, you know, keep himself just in the limelight, but not, you know, overshadow Trump too much. But, you know, just so enough that he can, you know, run for president, get Trump's endorsement, and then run for president himself. But I'll tell you this now. I think there's so much stuff going on with the Doge stuff behind the scenes we just do not know about that is yet to come out. I think this signal stuff is just like the tip of the iceberg, like the pure tip of the iceberg of stuff that is just going to come careening out of the White House at any moment. I can guarantee you that. Yeah, Trump is such a liability, exactly. Yeah, I bet Vance wasn't too thrilled about that trip to Greenland. No, he probably wasn't. One Angry Pagan, good morning to you. Like I say, good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. A chance to landscape. Well, unfortunately, my phone wasn't playing ball today, but there you go. Give you a nice twirl. Give you a nice twirl of the landscape. But it is obvious, very obvious. He is angling to run. Very obvious he is angling to run the next time. I don't think anyone should be in doubt he's not going to try. And just, well, I don't even know, to be honest, who the Democrats could field. I mean, AOC, maybe. I mean, have you seen, like I say, all the stuff that her and Bernie have been doing recently has been drawing massive crowds. And you've had the whole thing of Musk is like trying to buy this judge, or like, you know, campaign for this judge to get elected as well. Like, how on earth is he allowed to do that and get away with that? Yeah, it's just, yeah, honestly, America boggles my mind. Boggles my mind. Meanwhile, of course, back to old Blighty. Of course, we've got our current government dipping into austerity. And yeah, I know, it's, you know, it's bad. It's bad. It's not the way I wanted them to go, but you know, they've still done some good things, you know, some progressive stuff. And I saw an article in The Guardian, and I'm like, it's actually a fair enough point that Keir Starmer is not just the most right-wing Labour leader we've had, he's also the most left-wing Labour leader we've had in power. This is kind of not, you know, not brought up enough, but yeah, I can't disagree. And like I say, I do not want them to go in that direction. And I've always said, these are our guys in power now. So write to your MP. If you haven't, write so. I even made a whole video about how to do it. And of course, we get the inevitable, oh, I've written to my MP and they didn't write back, etc. But if you actually listen to what a lot of the Labour backbench MPs are saying, they are pretty much saying we are getting all this pushback from our constituents. Like, all this letter writing stuff works, you know, and there are other things you can do. You can call their office, leave them a message, you can email them. Again, pretty much works the same way. There's the website We Work For You, which, again, type in where you are, your postcode tells you that's your MP. There you go. We'll take care of the rest for you. You know. So what should you do, of course, if your MP doesn't respond to you? Well, first of all, they have constituency officers. They have surgery meetings. Go to one of those surgery meetings, print out your letter, give it to them in person. It's not that too difficult. Like I say, if you follow any of them on, like I say, Facebook, on their social media, they pretty much say, oh yeah, we're going to be doing a surgery here in this location at this time, from this time till then. Go and see them. You know. And here's the thing, if you know other people who have written letters as well and not had a response, get them to give you their letters, and just go en masse with like all these letters about this, saying, you know, all my, you know, compatriots here have written letters about this. You know, we haven't had a response to you, so here I am to deliver the letters in person to you in the hopes that we'll get a response. You know, there are ways to do it. And even then, there are ways you can do it again. Because now you can then go to their local the local party office, and you can contact them. Again, that's easy to find out as well. If you go on the Labour like website or anything like that, it will tell you who like the local organizer is. You can fire emails off at them as well and say, hey, I've sent this letter to my MP, he hasn't responded, and they can start, you know, firing it up. There's so many ways. And like I say, put pressure on them. It's so easy to do. Your local MP is Stephen Barclay. Oh, well. Well, hey, even right to them as well, you know? Even right to them. You know? And like I say, the same thing applies to them as well. But even if it's not an MP, you know, you, can we say, affiliated with the party, etc., you can still write to them and, you know, tell them to sort of do their job. Hold on, let me try and navigate across this mud. Oh dear. We nearly lost a welly there. Oh, that, yeah, that went a bit deep. Oh. Oh. And, of course, and here's the other, like, most extreme thing you can do. Write to your local paper as well, saying, I have sent my local MP this letter. He has not responded to it. Would you like to publish it? You know, ask for, you know, publicly ask for a response. Local newspapers will gladly do that. You know, they're always, well, not as busy as they often claim to be, but, you know, it's one route you can do. So, you know, there are things you can do. And it often annoys me that you've got people at the moment, I mean, you've got no justice. And I know this will probably get back to her, but I don't care. It seems to me that democracy for her happens once every 4 years. You know, but yeah, I mean, like I say, I've expressed, you know, my problems that I have with her to her face as well, you know. But yeah, it just seems there's a lot of people like on her side who just very much of the opinion democracy just happens once every 4 years, and then that's it. It really does seem like that. But there you go. What's that? One angry cable. Can't say my words this morning. One angry. Let me try again. One angry pagan. Badger beating being going on up there. A couple from York got jailed recently. Good. Well, good that they got jailed, you know, not the badger beating, but, you know, good they got jailed. But it is, you know, it's politics, you know, politics is a long, difficult game. And when you've got big, you know, right-wing groups, big right-wing groups that are going to, well, play the long game, and are quite happy to play the long game, and have the money to fund, you know, all these, you know, big like campaigns, which may seem like they won't do anything now, but what about in 10, 20 years time? They're perfectly fine to fund these campaigns because they've got the money to do so. You know, 55 Tufton Street has a lot to answer for our politics. And, you know, not just Liz Truss, but as I did this week as well, you know, you've got Kemi Badenoch, who, out of nowhere, has essentially decided to completely abandon any and all net zero stuff, which again was obvious from the direction of travel that the Tory party was going in. But as I said, there are such things as green conservatives. I know, but they do exist. You know, Chris Skidmore, classic example. One of the authors, of course, of Britannia Unchained. Disagree with him on pretty much every other subject there is out there. But shockingly, there is a guy who actually gets net zero. Why we should do it, you know, environmentally, business-wise, economy-wise. Like, he gets it. You know, he's a Green Tory, and he got outcast, of course, by Boris, because even Boris was starting to, well, be a bit flaky on the green stuff. And now we're here at this point where Kemi Badenoch has completely jettisoned it after essentially spending a weekend with one of the biggest funders of climate skepticism, staying at his, mansion, and then all of a sudden, complete U-turn. And a lot of people get at me, like, why are you still following the Tories? Why are you still doing this? Because it's what you should also be keeping an eye on as well. You should also be keeping an eye on what they're doing as well. Don't just ignore them now they're no longer in power. But like I say, very good possibility, very good possibility that at the rate, shall we say, the Tories are going, they could very well slip into third place and be replaced by the Lib Dems. And the Lib Dems would, I think, if they became the main party of opposition, that would be a big change in our politics. I've said this before. Big change in our politics if that happened. Now, like I said, we've got the local elections coming up in May. So I've said this before, but I think they're going to be the big winners. Big winners of this contest. Not only that, but we'll actually see Reform's popularity put to the test. Because as I keep on telling you, since the general election, there have been over like 200 plus by-elections, and Reform have won like 12. For a party that is meant to be, like, apparently so popular, they're not really reflected in the wins. Whereas in the run-up to the last general election, we were seeing wins from the Lib Dems, we were seeing wins from Labour as well. So, you know, reflects in it. Oh, your sister's kneecap. Oh, well, hopefully she gets better. Hopefully she gets better on that one. Fly fishing in Montana. Never been fly fishing before. Yeah, the Tories are skint. That's another thing that's been going on as well. You know, how shall we say? Well, the funding is for the Tories. Doesn't look like it's going well either, because it would be fun to see the Tory party go bankrupt. But always remember, something would take its place, and that, of course, would not necessarily be Reform UK. Be under no illusion it would not be Reform UK. Yes, I can guarantee you this now. There's a lot of policies and stuff they would not follow. Means I'm going to walk straight into those dog walkers. Shall we just go straight across the field? Or shall we go around the long way? We'll go this way. It'll be fine. Be fine. When I Reagan, bad as of course the benefits cuts are, and they are, investment into public infrastructure has good things, as well as the investment into green energy, environmental restoration. Yeah, like I say, most of the people complaining about Labour are focusing on one thing. They don't talk about everything that's going on because they're not really interested in everything that they do. You know, they're just interested in, you know, how can we get revenge for a certain bearded individual? Of course, always is the case. Always comes back somehow to Jeremy Corbyn. I just can't let it go. I just can't let it go. Anyway, some more ponies. I hope Musk gets. I do hope that Musk gets skint, but I don't know if you saw. I think the announcement this morning. He's actually combining Grok and Twitter now into one company. So the fact he's trying to consolidate these two companies is an interesting development, because of the Tesla shares, I think, take another significant hit, and there's every chance that they will. Remember, that's how Elon Musk gets all his wealth, by leveraging those Tesla shares. As we all know, because it's been talked about quite a long time, those Tesla shares are massively overvalued. Massively overvalued. Bill the Pony, Lord of the Rings reference, yep. Oh yes, Bakura, the focus group. Here's the thing. I think if you actually came to a general election, just as we saw last time, when Farage actually has to put out policies and actually talk about policies, he's got a very, very narrow thing, and of course that is immigration. But he has to talk about other things. You know, he has to. He can't stay silent on other subjects, but he very, very often tries to. We saw what happened to him in the polls when he talked about Ukraine. He took an absolutely massive hit in the polls. You've seen recently they're going after him for all those comments about the NHS. I remember this video of him saying, "Oh yeah, we should go to an American-style health insurance system." It doesn't matter which opposition you are, just play that on a loop constantly. It's always the case that whenever you pull him off topics he's not comfortable talking about, he loses followers significantly. I always think that's the case. Oh. Where are we from? We're from the lovely county of Yorkshire. Take a look at that. Can't get views like this anywhere else. Why do I sound like that? Yeah, I know. It's Yorkshire. I know. It's the curse from being from Yorkshire, I'm afraid. And well, that's the key thing. You're Farage is Chancellor of the Exchequer. If Farage ever got put in an actual position of power, like a serious actual position of power, he would fall apart immediately. I mean, I saw someone recently saying that they were absolutely positive that what was going to happen at the next election was that it was going to become some sort of Tory reform coalition. And I'm like, are you high? The Reform Tory coalition would never survive. It would never survive. It would fall apart almost instantly. They hate each other on a fundamental level. They won't be able to agree positions, who should get which cabinet position, and that's not even governing. We're talking about actual coalition talks, how that would go. Like, people just do not understand like the level of hatred that these two groups have for each other. And you see a lot of, local councillors. Because it's happened in my area as well. No doubt would have happened in your area too. You saw a lot of, shall we say, conservative councillors suddenly become independent, win on their independent laurels, and then go and join Reform without standing on the Reform ticket, or have defected from Conservatives to Reform. There's so many places throughout the country where Reform electorally just have not been put to the test. And I will keep on saying it, they've had all these by-elections. Since the last election, Reform have only won 12. Right? There is no reason to worry about Reform until they actually show some electoral success. Because I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, there were 9 by-elections in 1 week. Reform didn't win a single one. But remember, guys, they're so popular. They're so popular. They're so popular. Oh. Tesla protested 2 hours at UK dealerships. Excellent. Get on down to your local Tesla dealership and have a good old protest. Unfortunately, there isn't one round here. I don't even know where the closest one is. Probably in Sheffield, I would suspect. Maybe even in Leeds. But we'll see. Yeah, exactly, Cathlo G. 80% of Reform councillors are Tories. They are all Tories. Or should we say ex-Tories on that. Nope. phone box chicken. There will be a massive ego clash too. Femi and Farage and Trice would fight like cats in a bag. Oh, exactly. Mike, good morning to you. Good morning to everyone else as well joining us. 25% tariff on the new 110,000 Monaghan car to the States, which is made in my own beautiful town in Maven. Like I say, this 25% tariff on us, we sell like high-end luxury cars. So you're talking Jaguar, Aston Martin, you're talking those types of brands. Will it, of course, up the prices on those luxury cars? Yes. But the people paying for those luxury cars are probably going to be able to afford that increase. So ultimately, it's not going to be, I think, affecting that car market for too much, shall we say. Oh. So yeah, it's so bizarre, this. And you know, you've got the whole toilet paper situation, because I did a video about that yesterday as well. I mean, my word. Well, that will be the ultimate irony now if you do get toilet paper shortages in the US. Oh, that would be like chef's kiss. Like, congratulations, Trump. Oh, chef's kiss. The chaos caused by that would be absolutely wonderful to behold. And like I say, it's possibly quite, you know, gonna happen in a USA town near you. Oh, but that will be interesting to watch. Yeah, chef sauce would be more appropriate. But like I say, next week, is it next week, April 2nd? Next week, remember, April 2nd. We have, of course, those tariffs. And like I say, we're going to get tariffed. It's inevitable. We are going to get tariffed. So is the rest of Europe, I think, as well. So be prepared. I would say we are probably going to get tariffed 25% across the board. It's going to be exactly like, I think, potentially what it's going to do with Canada and Mexico. Now, will these, of course, tariffs stick? Remember, these tariffs that he's put on Mexico and Canada have been a constant rolling, like, oh, I'll put these tariffs on. Now I've changed my mind. We'll do it next month. So we're probably going to see what these tariffs are for us. If we probably do not see what that happens, I think we'll probably get a 25% tariff across the board. Like I say, I think very, very much happening across the board on that. Very, very much so. On that front. So it is going to be interesting to see what happens, but I am expecting probably all of us in Europe are going to be hit with like a 25% tariff. And I think Denmark might get signaled out. Well, might signaled, shall we say, singled out, shall we say, for the Greenland stuff. I'm fully expecting Trump to say, well, we're going to put these, shall we say, extra high percent tariffs on you because we want you to hand over Greenland to us. And once you do, then maybe these tariffs will go. I am fully expecting something like that to happen. The only good thing is the dollar is cheaper. True, it's the only thing keeping Milei afloat at the moment down in Argentina. It's the only thing keeping Milei afloat in Argentina. And even he's in trouble. Yeah, he is very, very, very much in trouble. On that one, that's for sure. That is very, very much for sure. But like I say, these tariffs, they're coming. April 2nd, we'll find out. And then, will he stick with them? Will he twist on them? Who knows? But he's going to lead to huge uncertainty for a lot of businesses. And it's going to cause a lot of problems. It's going to cause a lot of problems. That's for sure. So, we are coming to the end, or we are, shall we say, at the end now, of the Good Morning Walk. I shall leave you with some good good pictures of some ponies as we take our way out. But yes, thank you very much everyone for joining me this morning on this wonderful walk. Thank you very much for not leaking any war plans in the YouTube chat. But I am expecting more, shall we say, signal groups to be exposed. Would not surprise me. Trump's pretty much admitted there's more signal group chats. Anyway, yeah, we might see you next week. We'll probably talk about the tariffs, because obviously they'll have happened, or might not have happened, or might even be put on pause. Who knows? But yes, have some actual fun this weekend. Go out, enjoy yourselves, have fun. As I always say, if you can't safe, be sensible. And of course, as always, click the like, click the share button on your way out, and we'll see you all next time.